It is Valentine in the morning. Kenny Chesney. What up, Kenny Chesney, right?
Thanks for having me.
So we start our interviews now with something very special. Would you like to be part of that?
Sure.
We just want it to be a good
Should I be
interview.
scared?
No.
All right, great.
Who
All
do we
right.
do this with first?
Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars. Okay, so we want this to be good, so we all go hands in and Kenny on three. You ready? Hands in.
All right.
Kenny on three. 1,
2, 3.
Kenny! All right. And then the onus is on you, so if it goes south from here, we kind of blame you.
You got it.
I just want to say, Kenny, this is a big day for Valentine. I would say having you or Tom
Yeah.
Brady in studio, that would
Is
be
that
like
right?
bucket list
Well,
stuff.
Did you really come to the Rose Bowl show a couple
I
years
did.
ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's my wife back there.
Oh, that's your wife.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I married up, didn't I?
You did, sure did.
I did pretty good right there.
That's what you like to say in football terms. You know,
He,
you said you like Tom Brady, you outpunted your coverage
I
a
did
lot.
out my coverage, right? Exactly right. Yeah,
Not just a little, but a lot.
But he's funny. We'll take a break here and play your song and stuff. But Kevin's right because Tom Brady and you, I mean, I don't want to go too far down the man crush road, but I mean, it's just, I'm really excited you're
Well,
here.
man, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
And it's funny
And if
'cause
you
I-
came to the Rose Bowl and
Yeah.
went through all that to that crowd and
Yeah.
to come hear the music, then I really
Oh,
appreciate it.
that was like our
It's
fourth
good
or
to be
fifth
here.
show, I think.
Oh,
Honestly.
really?
Oh, yeah, we're big fans.
Oh, wow.
So my 8-year-old
Thank you.
says to me last night, I said, Kenny Chesney's coming on the show. And he goes, okay, cool, Dad, because he loves you too. He likes beer in Mexico, which, by the way, I think might be a
That's a
problem.
little odd, yeah.
I know, he's 8, but it's got a good hook. He likes
Well,
it.
you know, it's social media. They see everything.
Right, they
Anyway,
really do. Yeah,
so,
he's got his own Twitter.
tell him thank you.
I will. But he's so into you. And he asked me, he goes, Dad, who's your favorite artist? And I started thinking, I'm like, who do I really like? Because like many people, you don't necessarily love an artist for every piece of music they do.
Yeah.
You find songs that speak to you and speak to your spirit. And I sat back and I go, God, Tom Brady doesn't sing. I'm like, I think it's Chesney. And it's you, so
Oh, man, well,
congratulations.
thank you very much.
I know you got that Pinnacle Award coming up.
All right,
and stuff,
there you go.
BMI thing. But I mean, this is a pretty
Yeah,
good award,
this
right?
is. I'll mention that in my BMI acceptance speech. Right.
My friend Kenny's hanging out in the studio today.
Kenny
Best friends.
Chesney.
Yeah, that's what you call him.
Yeah.
Casey and I go back, man. Old Tennessee boys.
So, what were the other shows you came to?
Let me ask my wife. Honey, what other shows did we go to? We saw you at iHeart, obviously.
Well, we saw you at iHeart.
Yeah.
We saw you at Anaheim.
My wife is speaking from the back of the room right now.
Like eons ago, before Colin was born, PC, which we call pre-Colin.
Pre-Colin.
Oh,
She's speaking from the
pre-Colin.
far back of the room now.
That was down at, which is now StubHub Center, which used
That's
to
right.
be whatever that was.
So in Anaheim, was it the baseball stadium that we played?
Yes, it was where the Angels play at.
That was that we played that place twice.
Okay.
The last time we played it, the oddest thing happened that night at the show. As I was leaving stage, there was this guy. You guys may have saw it. There was this guy that got up on stage. You know, I have the initial part of my stage, and then I have this ramp that goes into a T down at the end of the stage
Right.
where I move back and forth all night. There was a guy that literally got up on past security on the right side of that T and ran across the T and dove headfirst into the crowd thinking someone was going to catch him, but nobody did, and he went whap right on the
my
floor, and that's a
gosh.
hard floor, and it
Yeah.
happened right in front of me and the band, and we went, just
Yeah.
when you think you've seen
Kenny,
Seen it
Kenny,
all.
everything.
That was Valentine.
That was me.
That was you?
Take a look at my nose.
Did you have a Reagan Bush hat on?
I don't remember if he had, but did you?
There was
might
that was me, the Reagan Bush hat, actually. I really did have
Wow.
this Reagan Bush hat on.
How ironic, but that was you. But that happened in Anaheim. Anyway, it's either here or there, but that's what I think of.
Well, let's just get to the song. No need to point
Okay.
out some of those flaws that I might have had at that show. So Set the World on Fire with Pink. It's gone #1. Congratulations. by the
Thank
way.
you.
Now, how did you, because I want to get to the story of how you met Pink, and don't answer yet. I want to play the song.
Okay.
I heard you met Pink at a grocery store, and that's how it started.
That's not true.
Oh,
So how did you meet her? How did you bring her into your song? What happened?
The first time I heard "Setting the World on Fire," I knew that it was a unique melody for me, and
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for these kind of songs anyway. But I knew it wasn't enough for me just to sing the song by myself. It had to have the female perspective because it's such a great song about new love and about that moment when like turns into love, and we all want to live in that moment when we have that moment. And if as we all know, those moments are rare.
Yeah.
And so when you have that moment, you want to live in that moment like the characters in this song. So it wasn't enough for me just to sing the song. I had to have the other side, and Pink's voice is I've loved it for a long time.
Yeah.
And to me, she doesn't have a voice. She has a God-given instrument. I mean, I think she's one of the best singers on the planet. So because her voice holds so many emotions, and that's a talent to be able to make people feel want and hurt and love and angst and all these things that her voice holds. And I went, she's perfect to sing the other side of this song. So I sent her the song. We had a mutual friend, and I sent her the song, and she told me later that on the first listen she wanted to do it because she loved the melody, loved the song, loved what it said, and she said her mom loved me. And that, and she did it because she loved the song, and she did it because her mom wanted her to do it.
That's awesome.
Her mom wanted to like meet you or something, you know?
So, and we got a couple of mutual friends here in LA. So,
and then you guys met at the grocery store after that?
No, that's a really odd story, but I mean, we can put that out there if you want to. I made the joke in the studio because she had some friends there, and they go, "Well, how did you guys meet?" And I said, "We met in a bar," and she was all over me.
Oh, nice.
You know,
well played, sir. Well played.
Yeah,
Is there a particular place on La Cienega Boulevard that you were getting drunk?
No, well, over the years there have been several, but
Have there been a few?
yeah, we've had fun here in this town.
Is there a video for this song yet?
There is, but it's there's a little bit of back and forth on whether people like it or not on social media and everything, because neither Pink or myself, we're not in the video.
Well, that's a bit of a problem then, isn't it?
But it was due to scheduling and you know, she's got other stuff going on in her life where the timing wasn't perfect for her to be in the video, you know. So and I said I can't do it by myself,
right?
You know, because there's got to be this give and take with a male and a female. So we just plastered our pictures all over LA and shot it, and had this couple do all the stuff that everybody's doing in the song. So it's beautiful. It's black and white. It's but you know, some people love the fact that we're not in it, and some people hate the fact we're not in it. But either way, we're not in it.
Well, to me, I'm like, you're in the studio. I don't really care.
I love this. But this is the way I love to do videos. I didn't have to show up. It was awesome.
Right, exactly. Perfect. Kenny Chesney's hanging out in the studio. Going to talk about Cosmic Hallelujah, the album and stuff. And from what I've heard so far, because I was a big fan of Big Revival, and to me that always kind of, I don't know, I don't want to get too deep on it, but it kind of warmed me up to embracing life in some respects. Is that a takeaway from that I could say is proper?
I would say that's a fair statement.
Yeah.
And I think the thread of that runs through this record some too. You know, there's a lot of songs from the Big Revival that taught me a lesson that you don't have to look too far. You don't have to look too far back.
Right. You
don't have to look too far forward, and then just kind of live in the now. And there's a lot of those songs off this record on Cosmic Hallelujah that are about right now. And Valentine, I tell you, it's hard for me to do that because I'm a very creative person. I got asked, you know, what's it like being a songwriter? And I said, it's the most beautiful gift in the world, but it's a constant annoyance because you're never off. You know, there's always something going. You know, you're never off. I can't turn it off anyway.
Right now in your head, you're writing a song about
right now, I'm going to write a song about this experience, and next year I'll come back and play it for you.
That's fantastic.
So, but I will tell you that there's a lot of that thread through the record of living in the right now, and it's hard for me to do that because it's hard to live in the moment when you're constantly planning for something else. You know, but I try to.
But that's the artist side of you. For us, when we hear the record, when we hear your music, I mean, I think everybody has a song that means something special to them in life, and they gravitate towards that song. That's a gift that you have as a musician, to be able to give people that something to hold on to. And for me, I can't speak for everybody, your music does that for me.
I think
I'm sure many other people out there are like that.
The best compliment you could ever get is for someone to say they love your music. Like this lady, I was on the beach last week, and this lady walked up to me and she goes, "I hate to do this, but..." And so when people say that, you never know what's coming when the other shoe drops, right?
Right.
But I just want you to know that I love your music. And I said, well, there's a lot worse things you could say to people than that.
Yeah. I hate
you know,
to do
I
that.
gave her a hug and I said,
Oh,
thank you
that's
so
sweet.
much. Because that's why we go and that's why we write these songs. That's why we make this music, and why we constantly tour is to find commonality with people with these songs and emotions. And
I love that.
And I love the fact that I get to do that. You know, people ask me a lot, especially this week, you know, what's the favorite part of what you do? And it's the fact that we do get to have music in our lives, and that we get to make so many people happy and smile because of it. And that's a blessing. It really
I
is.
like it. Let's take a break, come right back, and then I will tell a story about my wife.
Did you meet her in the grocery store?
I did. Frozen food section. No, it's the best, funniest story, and you have to tell me if you've ever heard this about your song before, and I'll tell you what song it is after.
Okay, great.
But no, smidge of what happened. We're on the beach. We're in Hawaii. It's a family vacation before Collins. So it's two of us having some drinks at the beach, and we're playing a song of yours. And I had to pull the lyrics out for her afterwards and show her because there we are on the beach singing along, and she sings, "Big orange balls sinking in the water." And she goes on with toes in the sand. And I'm like, honey, I don't think it's balls.
Yeah, it's not plural.
Yeah, I think it's one ball. She goes, no, it's not. It's those little balls from the boats that keep the buoys or something. And she's the sweetest, and I love her. And she's in the room because she wanted to meet you too. And so I love her dearly, but I go, I think it might be the sun. I don't know. Is it the sun?
It's the sun.
Okay.
Big orange ball sinking in the water.
No, it's the sun.
You want to come up here and explain yourself?
Come to the mic. And you
Come
gotta
to the
get
mic and explain yourself.
Come to Jill's mic.
I was living the island moment. I'm Hawaiian anyway, so I'm like thinking they're the big buoys that are
Yeah,
out in
yeah.
the ocean.
Sure, sure, yeah.
And they're always orange,
Yeah,
right?
they are.
Aren't they?
Sometimes.
I mean,
Some are
maybe.
white.
Yeah,
More than
sometimes-
not, I would
okay,
say.
maybe. And I was just loving life.
Well, I'm glad I
and
could
this
be.
was like one of my favorite. Like I'm just like singing away, and he's just like
I'm dying.
buzzkill. Like that's,
I wasn't a buzzkill. No, I was in
no,
tears.
it's
We're laying on the
not
beach.
big
She's got a
buoys, it's the sun.
frosty whatever in her hand, a little drink. She's like, big orange balls. I'm like, we're getting kicked out. You know?
He kicked us out.
Oh,
I'm
that's
glad I
funny
could
But
be a
it's
story.
part of the
good
Hawaiian
memory.
vacation.
It's a good memory.
Yeah,
You're
oh,
always
my
With big
God,
orange
you-
balls.
Yeah, but you take so many vacations because your life is kind of, you travel so much, don't you?
I travel a lot.
You do. Is
Yeah.
it too much?
No, people, I get asked all the time,
Yeah.
What's it like to travel so much? And I went, I crave stillness. I really
Yeah.
do. But when I get it, I really start to freak out because I start almost to a point where I'm holding my breath. Okay, this is not exactly what I thought it was going
Right.
to be. I need
Have
to
you
be somewhere.
self-analyzed yourself in that respect? Have you said, why am I?
There's a lot of therapy gone into
Is
that.
there a lot going
No,
on?
A lot.
That's why we have that
There's a
couch
lot.
here behind
Exactly.
you today. Yeah,
So
that's what the couch is for.
no, but I think when you've been moving almost your whole adult life, it's
Yeah.
hard to be still, and that's the way it's been for me.
I'm kind of blown away with how much you tour that you referenced that Anaheim show earlier, like from years ago, and knew details about it. I mean, can you
Yeah.
pinpoint every show you've played?
the majority. Not
impressive.
everyone. I mean, I've been on the. I started on the road in 1993.
Wow.
November of 1993.
Yeah.
And since that time, I've taken 2 summers off.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're kind of known as a summer tour guy, which I think is, I don't know if it's a fair statement or not, but I mean, every summer you are hammering
Yeah.
the road. Now, in 2017, though, you're cutting back?
We're cutting back some. We're going to do just sporadic shows. We're not going to have a major tour.
Okay.
Because in 15, we toured really hard with
Yeah.
the big revival tour. This past summer, we toured even harder with the Spread the Love tour. So we did almost 150 shows in an 18-month period.
Okay.
Jeez.
So that's a lot of shows
God.
at this level. And so it was just time. You know, my grandmother, I grew up in East Tennessee, so I use a lot of grandmother wisdom, right? And she's from the country, and she goes, look, Kenny, she goes, no matter what it is, chocolate cake is great, but enough will make you sick.
That's true.
And so if you think about it, it's kind of
that's
true.
good. That's good.
And so I think about the connection with my audience and what we've built out there and how beautiful it is and how much people honestly care about the music and
Yeah.
haven't just heard it on the radio, but it's a part of the thread of their life. And I see that from stage, and I know they've invested a lot of their life to be
Yeah.
there, and they know I've invested a lot of my life to be there and in that moment, and that moment is beautiful. But that investment with the crowd and myself and the band and my road family, I feel like that needs protecting at all costs. And if that's backing away some, then that's so be it. And
No,
we've
that
done that
makes
before, and and I need it. It's impossible for me to ride on the road.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried, but usually around now, which I have already, I usually pull the guitar out of the case and start to be creative again. You know, where I don't hear generators when I fall asleep.
Oh, that's going to be tough. I bet.
So, but that's where I'm at now, and it
Where
feels
do you
great.
write best? Is it in the studio or at home?
You know what? It's different. You know, just anywhere away from moving.
Okay.
You know, and when you're as creative as I've been, you don't really have a spot. I don't have one spot like a corner of my house where that's where I have to write songs or whatever. We take a lot of writing trips with my friends that are very creative and very special and very
Right.
talented, and we see what we can come up
You
with.
guys do that in the back of a fishing boat? Where do you take those trips?
We do that on boats. We do
Yeah,
it
there you go.
on. I love being around the water makes me very creative. It just
Yeah.
makes me happy.
It's funny because we look at you and we go, the stereotype should be cowboy. I don't see you wear many cowboy hats, maybe the straw hat sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, and you come in just an ordinary guy, a t-shirt and a hat, kind of rolling like me quite often. You know, that's just an aside for no reason. And you're not the stereotypical what people would expect who don't know the music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you cross over very well.
Well, oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I think, but I think that,
What the hell did he just say?
no, but you know, I think, you know, I look at a lot of acts that I'm friends with, and they spend a fortune on clothes. I think I spend less money on wardrobe than any act in any genre.
That's fantastic.
And I'm very comfortable, and I'm very proud of that, actually.
Yeah, you should be.
And so, you know, I don't have a stylist. I don't.
Yeah.
I just put a t-shirt on and jeans, boots.
It's
and
kind
I
of
go
like
play
funny,
music.
like I could see you borrowing one of my hats to go on stage or something. You know what I mean?
Joe Walsh told me one time you know, because I've become friends with him over the years, and he goes, you know, when the Eagles were really rolling, you know, this promoter came up to them and said, "Okay, guys, it's time to put your stage clothes on." And they said, "We're in our stage clothes. This is it. It's jeans and old T-shirts." And they went and played rock and roll. It was great, you know. So that's kind of the way we do it. I mean, I think you've come to our shows before. You don't see a lot of flashy stuff up there.
No.
So it's just
about
energy.
the music when we see you.
Yeah, it's about the energy, and that's the thing that I'm addicted to. You know, that's why I can't be still, actually, because I that feeling when you feel it at that level is beautiful, and you know, it's still we ended this year's tour and with 2 nights at the Patriot Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts, and I still hear that in my head when I go to bed at night. And
I was thinking about you and Tom Brady at the same time.
See there?
I know, my gosh, right?
And we've ended our tour for the last 6 years in Foxborough, Massachusetts. So we're probably going to do it again in 2018 or whenever we tour again. So you'll have to come. And
Oh my God, is that an invite?
That's an invite.
Is it like a meet you backstage?
The MYfm morning show will have to do it from there.
Yes,
Wouldn't that be great?
Foxborough. There. Tom Brady's in the stadium. My God, all my dreams are like
That's right.
Somebody
we'll have Belichick come and everything. It'll be great.
Belichick's gonna be there.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Oh my God, I'm gonna lose
I'm promising all this stuff.
I'm gonna lose it.
I won't be there, but they will.
I know exactly right. You're not even gonna show. Pulling's over.
I want as if. I'm not going to go get on that show.
Cosmic Hallelujah. Pick it up. Kenny Chesney. We did have one more thing we wanted to pitch you. It's a Fishing with Kenny promotion.
A Fishing with Kenny promotion?
Yeah, it's gonna be great. So
does it involve big orange balls?
I don't know. I have no idea. Haven't worked it out yet. But we all go fishing with you, then we meet at what's that bar you go to? The Quiet Mon bar?
With you, yeah, I used to. That place is not around much anymore.
Okay.
But if you go there, you got to go really late.
Okay.
But we can go fishing all day and do that.
So we go fishing. We hit at some bar like in St. John's.
Whatever.
A big iHeart radio trip, and it's a national promotion, and we're the representative morning show.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yes. Does that sound good to everybody?
Yeah, but we better get that done early because you're not. I mean.
What? What have you heard?
You know, that rum down there can sneak up on you.
Oh, I thought you heard something about our show.
Oh, no. We got to get all the work done early if you're going to do that because you're not going to want to work when you get down there, I promise you.
A little heart attack there. He just had a baby, for God's sake.
You did?
I did, yes. She's like 3.5 months.
Congratulations,
Thank you very
man.
much.
He's got his Cubs hat on.
I know.
Go Cubs. Who are you rooting for?
The Cubs, because I've got a lot of John Lester is a friend of mine. David Ross is a friend of mine, and I met them when they played with the Red Sox.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was an interesting. I got a little interesting story about that, but we probably don't have time to do it. But
I'll just ride down the elevator with you afterwards, probably, and chat with you.
Yeah, we could do that too.
But in the car, maybe.
So yeah, I'm for the Cubs because those guys play on the Cubs now. So I got some.
No, but
friends
nice
to play.
to see that curse disappear too. The Red Sox.
No doubt about it. And I'm a huge sports guy.
Yep.
Huge.
Yeah.
So. Thanks for having me, guys.
Well, dude, thanks for coming in. Anytime you want to stop back, you feel free.
Okay,
Open door
fantastic.
policy for you.
Thanks for playing "Setting the World on Fire." It's really cool to hear that song on the radio out here.
Is
really
it nice?
Yeah, it's great.
Kenny said when he walked in, you guys might have missed it. He's been listening to us for 2 weeks because he's been out here for a little bit.
Yeah,
Nice.
you guys do a great job. It's been I'm getting the
thank
more. I go and work out with this group every morning, and so I've got you guys on every day. And so
You wanna take a
it
picture
was really
with us?
interesting to.
Do you want to take a picture with us?
What did you say?
We'll take a picture with you if you want.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't be shy about it.
Will you really?
as a fan,
Yeah.
That's like Kid Rock. I was at a bar with him one night, and he's got this he's got radar, and I kind of do now, but he could tell. You can just tell now when somebody they're just getting ready to approach you, and they want to take a picture.
Yeah.
And this was the most brilliant thing I've ever seen. He actually let it lay a second, and then he walked up to her and tapped her on the shoulder, and he goes, "Hey, will you take a picture with me?"
That's sweet. That's sweet.
It's really great. So, but yes, will you guys please? Can we take a picture?
Fine. All right.
Fantastic. All right, great.
Fine. All right, Kenny Chesney.
Thanks for having me.